Hey there, it's Chad Nicely, and first of all, I want to say nice job, Chief. You just picked up the deal of a lifetime. Now, you're going to love EverLesson and EverFunnels and the amazing community that goes with it. Now, let me tell you about the pro version that we put together just for this offer. Now, usually this is where I tell you that you can 10x your business. But when you see what we've created, I think a lot of you will have $100,000 months like some of our members. Now, the big takeaway in this video is the webinars. You see, they are massive today. And because of webinars, we've been able to generate millions of dollars in our online business. And it's just getting bigger and bigger, especially with social media blowing up like it is. And more people are joining our webinars, and they're giving normal people just like you the chance to be extremely profitable. Now, speaking of normal, my daughter, her name's Katerina. She just turned 13. Now, she did her first webinar about a month ago. She was scared half to death, but she faced her fear, and she actually did pretty well. She was selling one of our $997 products, and she got 2 sales out of it. Now, that's not bad for being 13, right? So when I asked her to do it again, she said, "Dad, I really don't want to. Can we just use the recording?" You see, she's typical, and not everybody enjoys putting themselves out there like I do. But we got the recording, and so now we can go out there and put it on autopilot, and she can make sales all day long without having to record it again. And so can you. You see, EverFunnels allows you to set up your own webinar. So we build out all your pages, we create your whole funnel, and we even write all your email copy for you. But now, instead of hosting the same webinar over and over again, what we can do is take that replay and set it up on autoplay right inside the platform. That's pretty cool, right? So I hope you're connecting all the dots here. We're making it easy for you to create and store your products with EverLesson. We're making it easy for you to create your pages and your funnels with EverFunnels. And now we're making it easy for you to put all of that on autopilot and make instant sales. And when I say easy, man, you're going to love this. Now, we set up a system that's going to allow you to have your webinar set up in no time at all. I mean, it is stupid simple. So what I'm going to do is roll over to a demo of this setup. But before I do, I also want you to know that you're also getting all the pro features of EverLesson as well. So you get to create more memberships, there's more monetization features, more gamification features, you can deploy our affiliate program, you can convert the platform in any language, you can deploy quizzes to all your students, set up time-based classes, we have a built-in autoresponder that works with SMT, our product sequencing will mail for you automatically, you can import and export your entire memberships, and we have this amazing free preview strategy and so much more. That's just what I can remember. Now, you can find out about all the details on this page down below, but for right now, let me show you what you're most eager to see, and that is the webinar platform. You're going to love this, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so you see I'm inside of my dashboard of EverLesson, and what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to EverFunnels. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this funnel, and you see it's opened up to EverFunnels. So we got our sign-up pages, our sales pages, our webinar funnels, and then we got this one right here called Auto Webinar Funnel. So I'm going to go ahead and click in this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a brief rundown so you understand how this whole process works. Now understand, what you're able to do with your webinar funnel is you're actually able to copy your existing webinar that you have up here down to here. So I want to make sure you understand that, right? So you've gone and set up all your pages, your registration page, your confirmation page, your order form, your replay, all of that stuff is set up inside your webinar funnel. And now, once we get that webinar where it's rocking and rolling and it's converting like crazy, we can go ahead and copy it into our auto webinar funnel, okay? So you see I'm over here on my setup. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna choose my theme, okay? And then we're gonna come over here to setup. Now, this is gonna be the same setup that you have up here in your webinar funnel. So you'll know exactly how to do this. You'll choose your autoresponder. Here's the 3 secrets that you're revealing. If you want to overwrite our confirmation page, you can. You got an order setup. You got a replay setup. Okay, so I don't need to cover that. That's all the same stuff. Pretty self-explanatory. Where I want to spend my time is I want to come over here to the auto webinar setup, okay? This is going to be very, very easy. We took a very complicated process and we made it to where anybody can do this. Now, here's where you're going to go, and you're going to go ahead and copy your settings. So if you want to pull in an existing webinar funnel, you can do that. If you want to pull in one of your other webinar funnels, if you want to pull in an auto webinar funnel, make a copy of it, you can do that. So you just choose this here, and then you just kind of pull down in this menu here. Next, you'll come over here and you'll go ahead and enter your webinar details, okay? But that could automatically be pulled in if you copied your settings. Then you got your hosted by, you got your time zone. Now your time zone can automatically be pulled in from your profile. So you can just set your time zone once and we'll pull it in. Okay, so once you have your basic setup, next we're gonna come over here to schedule times. Now this is actually a very easy process. All you're gonna do is come over here and you'll set up your exact scheduled times. So you'll just click this button here and you can go ahead and set, whatever exact date you want and the exact time, okay? So you can see that it's on. So if I want to turn this off, I can go ahead and turn this off. That's fine too, okay? And then you have what are called reoccurring webinars, which means every Sunday at 1 o'clock, this is going to run over and over and over and over and over. Okay, so I think you get the difference between exact scheduled and reoccurring. And it's very, very easy to understand. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the most complicated logic that you're going to find with auto webinars and watch how easily we simplified this. This is usually like 2 or 3 links on its own, but we have really, really simplified this process, okay? So we have this webinar slot type. And there's directions here. But what you're going to do is see where it says choose your webinar type. You're either going to choose single time or you're going to choose multiple time. Now, once I choose single time, I'm going to open this up and you have some options. This is really, really cool. Okay, so it says your next webinar from exact or reoccurring scheduled times will be shown. Okay, so it's one time and it's just going to pull the next one. That's what's going to be on your registration page. Okay, now, what I can do is I can turn on this system override. I don't have to, but if I do, here's what happens. What we can do is we can use the viewer's system time zone, right? So if my time says 3:52 a.m., what I can do is I can say, okay, I want the next webinar to start 3:57 a.m. according to my time. So if your viewer start time is like 5 o'clock in the morning and you want it to start 15 minutes later, then it would say 5:15 is their next available time. The other option you have is after they opt in, you can take them directly to the webinar. Now that's pretty cool because they don't have to wait for the webinar to start. We've had monster conversions with that in certain niches. Okay, so I think you get it. Now watch this. We're gonna come over here to this one that says multiple times. Again, very complicated logic. I'm gonna go ahead and click this and you see that we've got some options. So the first one is exact. So what it's going to do, I got like 4 slots here. It says this will display the next webinar slots that are showing in your exact time settings. Okay, that's up here. So it's going to pull 1, 2, 3, 4. So in my drop-down menu, when they choose their date, it's going to say the 31st, the 2nd, the 11th, and the 16th. Okay, perfect. Next, we can choose reoccurring. So if I do this, it's going to bring in 2 slots, right? So it's going to show 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And then when it's done, it's going to show 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. It'll just keep going because this is reoccurring. But we went and created this really cool feature because I don't like auto webinars where it shows, like 11 o'clock, 11:15, 11:20, 11:25. I don't know how many times I've seen that. You can tell it's automated. We got this one called random. And so how this works, you say, okay, I want to show 5 slots, and it's going to randomly go and pull some times out of exact, out of reoccurring, but it's going to keep them in order. That way, your webinars seem real. Okay, it's very, very important. Now we can even come over here and turn this system override on. So what you do is you go ahead and set your increment here. So I'll set like 5 minutes. And what happens is their first available time is going to be 5 minutes from their computer time. And then there'll be 4 other slots that in this case are all random, right? Pretty cool stuff, right? Okay, so that's how we schedule the times. Then we come over to webinar settings, very basic, right? This is where you're going to add your video. If you want a chat box, you turn that on. If you want to record the conversation, if you want to display attendees, so you can say, okay, I want to display attendees once it hits like 250, okay? If we want to have a sharing box, you can. Here is your order page link, okay? And then we come over here to registration settings, very, very basic stuff. You want to set up holiday hours, or if you want to limit your registration so you can block like same day registration, everything that you would expect in a auto webinar platform, but we're just getting started with it, right? Come over here to notification settings so you can set up your email sequences to go out. Then you can come over here and you can set up your loading setup. So if you want the words to pop up, checking the audio, setting up screen share, webinar will begin shortly, you can do all that. So now once we do that, we come over here to our links and here's all of our links. Now the ones that I want to show you is this one right here. Actually, we'll start with this one. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click this button and you see that this light box is opened up because I have it set for multiple times. And then I can come over here and I can go ahead and choose my time. Now, notice my clock says 4:14. And remember, we set it for 5 minutes. So the next available time is going to be 4:19 a.m. And then I think we have it set for random. So it just went and it pulled in those random times. Pretty cool, right?
So you see, this is what your holding page looks like. This is what they see before the webinar starts. So what we can do is we can come over here and we can jump in the conversation, and you see that now I'm in the conversation. So when people hit this page while they're waiting for the webinar to start, what's different about our system is they can actually have a chat with each other, right? Okay, so then once the webinar starts, let me go ahead and show you this. We've done everything we can to make our webinar look as real as possible. So here you go. You can see exactly what's happening here, right? There's the settings. And then what's going to happen, I don't know if I have a video loaded, but if I do, it's going to go ahead and start playing. Okay, there it is. And you see that we have a guest box over here. We have chat. We have all these functions down here. I can't pause it because it's supposed to be real. But we're doing everything we can to make this look like a real webinar. And then, of course, you come over here and you can go ahead and set all your pages and everything else. Here's your holding page. So if I want to come over here and like change out this color, very, very basic settings, I can do that. You know, I can set it for whatever color I want, and then that'll change all that. And we could change all this. Like there's so many things that we can do here. Here's your replay page just for that one theme. Here's your bridge page. All kinds of cool stuff, okay? So now you have a better idea of what's going on with the auto webinar, and as we get feedback from you guys, we will keep building this out, and we will have the top auto webinar in the business.
Awesome, right? So now you see why I've been so focused on this for the past 3 years. Because I'm building out the dream platform. I just keep building and building and building. And before too long, we'll be the only solution that anybody chooses. Now, I think I've taken enough of your time today. So if you're ready to take your marketing to a whole new level, and if you're ready to put your webinars on autopilot and make buku sales, and if you're ready to unlock all those amazing features with EverFunnels Pro, including building more memberships, more monetization features, more gamification, you can deploy that affiliate program, you can convert any platform to any language, deploy the quizzes, set up time-based offers, the built-in autoresponder, the product sequencing, you can import and export your entire memberships, the preview strategy, all those things that I remember, then all you have to do is click the button down below. And when you do, you'll have the pro features added to your account. Now, I'll be honest with you and truthful, okay? This is an annual charge, all right? But it's one charge that's definitely worth it. You should make back your investment with just your first auto webinar alone, right? Your first week even. Also, I want to warn you, a lot of people are going to upgrade after the launch is over. Now, you'll have that option as well, but it's going to cost you $497 a year. So be smart and save the $200 a year. So click the button below for instant access and let's get out there and rock it. And remember, you're backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the button below, and on that note, I'll see you on the inside. Take care.